His Majesty's Hospital ship Canopic 2 is sailing from Southampton to Naples to pick up wounded soldiers. We have about 1,000 staff, personnel, and crew on board. We just departed Southampton yesterday, and we just went for the gates of Gibraltar. It's going to be a long night. We'll be under escort. Morning. Well, what I'm worried about is the potential threat of German U-boats in the area. As they sunk Lusitania in May of 1915, so basically 11 months ago. It had been 4 years since we escaped the first Canopic after she hit an iceberg on her maiden voyage. The second Canopic is meant to be much safer with improved watertight bulkheads, improved ballast tanks, and more than enough lifeboats for everyone aboard. But before she was even completed, she was called into wartime service as a hospital ship. That's why she looks a little unfinished, with some temporary welding quadri-davits installed. But that night but we had no idea, but that night will be her last. Our lookouts were on high alert. The potential threat of U-boats. They scanned with their eyes and the binoculars left in the bridge by mistake. And the last shift to change. It's the beginning of the night shift for these two lookouts. A night they would never forget. I've been promoted to captain by the Star Line after transferring from the Cunard Line. I was chief officer on the Cunard Liner Lusitania when she went down. Now I'm in command of the Star Line's Canopic 2. Canopic. Without warning, a line of bubbles appeared on the horizon, coming right for us. The unmistakable signs of a torpedo. I quickly closed the watertight doors as my helmsman turned the wheel hand over hand. The ship turned quickly. Her speed allowed her to miss the torpedo around the bow, but I was aiming between midship and stern without us realizing. Until it was too late. Fires erupted immediately. The lights went out and the engines shut down. The ship was on fire. She was beginning to take on a list to starboard and settled by the stern. The engine room was rapidly flooding. Explosions rattled the ship as fires broke out throughout the midships and the stern. Our nurses were choking in thick black smoke. Time was on the essence. The ship on auxiliary backup power kept her lights, radio, and lifeboats running. Then the inevitable came. The abandoned ship whistle. Too long blast. My chief officer blew the whistle in vain. Time was on the essence. The ship was starting to go. Everyone was running all over the place. The ship was dropping fast. The officers did their best to stay calm. But the ship was done for, sinking by the stern. I called to my officers, "Abandon ship! Every man for himself!" And they all fled the crippled liner as she settled in the water. Flames gushing into the air, thick black smoke billowing. And her lights finally burned out. The ship had lost all electrical power. Then something terrifying happens. The number 3 funnel collapses. Her bow lifted up one last time in shame. The crippled ship could not last any longer. Just like her predecessor, she sank with a tragic loss of life. But this time, only 2 of her lifeboats made it off quickly. She sank way too fast, was listing too severely. She only lasted for an hour. She struck around 5 a.m. and vanished by 6 o'clock. 135 personnel had been saved, while 930 others were killed in this deadly attack. I was washed off my bridge as she slept below the surface. I was later picked up by boat 2C. I was able to witness the vessel her whole life, from birth to death, which is surely a unique circumstance.